Right now, we keep digging into this segment, but we need to like really get through it. All right, 2026 Grammy nominations are led by Kendrick Lamar. All right, let's get it. This from NPR. Kendrick Lamar's reign continues. The Los Angeles rapper has received 9 Grammy nominations for the 2026 awards following a triumphant sweep earlier this year, in which he took home more golden gramophones than any other artist, including Record of the Year and Song of the Year for his mic dropping Not Like Us. On Friday, Lamar received nods in 3 major categories. He could repeat in Record of the Year and Song of the Year and add Album of the Year to his trophy case in 2026, with potential wins in the rap and pop duo group performance categories too. The bulk of Lamar's nominations are for his record-breaking album GNX and the single Luther featuring SZA, both of which topped multiple Billboard charts. Beyond his own album and singles, the Recording Academy also recognized the rapper for additional collaborations with SZA and Clips. At this time last year, Lamar was in the midst of a remarkable run that culminated in his Super Bowl halftime performance, multiple Grammy wins, and a victory in his rap beef with Drake by unanimous decision. Now, I want to circle back to this, Q, but give me just a quick tick because I want to take a moment and shout out a friend of ours. His artist name is Mega Ran. Think Mega Man. Okay. And he is a nerdcore rapper. That means like he makes like he's like a black nerd, so like a blurred, and he makes he's such a good MC, and he will like make songs that are kind of based off of video game music or like just neat little parts of the culture that are just so creative, and the execution is so creative. And I've listened to his music. It plays music on the radio for a long time. Excellent artist, and him and his wife recently adopted a little boy. And so I've been able to see him step into the role of a father. And so he started making children's music, stuff that he could vibe with his little boy. And he calls his little boy Buddy. And then his children's album just got nominated for a Grammy too, right? I think it's called Buddy's Treehouse or Buddy's Playhouse or something like that. I forget the name of it. It's not in front of me because but I just wanted to take a moment to share that story because that feels amazing to me, seeing somebody who and maybe didn't have his sights set on, the traditional music route, actually get a Grammy nomination. And, the people in his circle, and of which I'm one, are so excited for him. And I don't know, you take the small wins where you can, and it gets you through the tough days. So shout out Mega Ran, aka Random, aka Raheem Jarbo. I see you, man. Congratulations. All right. So Kendrick keeps winning. Q, your thoughts?
It's an interesting thing that's happening with Kendrick. He's reached this place where we speak about contrarians a lot on here.
Mm-hmm.
So he's reached this place where it's no longer cool to root for him because he's made winning such a regular occurrence. It's not the hipster thing anymore. So those who feel like Kendrick belonged to just them do not like all the mainstream love that he's getting. So I've heard famous, massively platformed black men root against him being nominated and against him winning because in their mind it's just someone else's turn. I really, really reject that type of thinking, man. Like as he said on the album, GNX deserves it all.
Yeah.
A lot of them also misunderstand Grammy season and when albums are eligible. GNX came out about this time last year after all of the songs that were nominated for last year's Grammys had already been turned in. So it is eligible for this year, but that show does not air till 26. So in their mind, an album from 24 is getting an award in 26, and that's not fair. And it's like, no, his album deserves a chance to be nominated and celebrated like everybody else that came out in the 12 months that followed. So I'm excited. I hope that everyone doesn't adopt that let's give someone else a turn mindset because he deserves it. I mean, it's not like we're voting for or celebrating him because he's the only person that showed up. He gave us the best body of work. And not only did the world's response to the music show that, but it wasn't just critically acclaimed. It wasn't just high on billboards. It didn't just do a lot of numbers. it did all the things.
Mhm.
And typically the albums that do all the things win. You know, the only time a hip hop album has ever won, it was because it did all the things. Shout to Lauryn Hill, shout to Outkast. They did all the things and they outperformed and they out impacted everyone else. Also, shout to the Clips, who I think got 5 nominations of their own
Yeah.
and a nomination with Kendrick. In a perfect world, that song wins and they both win. That'd really be my favorite possible
Yeah.
outcome.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. We've said it many times on the show, but I've never seen somebody win so completely and consistently and for such a long time while someone else because now it's like you can't even think it's like you can't think of Biggie without thinking of Tupac,
Yeah.
right? And you can't think of Kendrick without thinking of Drake. And so every time you see Kendrick win, even if Drake had a great day, if he's not making an equal headline, then it just feels like another L for Drake. And then Drake himself has, we use the analogy, he fell as far as a person can fall after that battle. And then for some reason, he grabbed a shovel and started digging. Like he made his own situation worse many times.
Poor
And
guy, man.
yeah, and then Kendrick just somehow kept winning. And so the difference between, let's say, a 50 Cent slash Ja Rule beef, where 50 Cent played out Ja Rule for a few years, but he's still good. He tours. We all know Ja Rule's music. We sing along with it. We thought that Drake would be something like that, where it's like, okay, Drake makes his music, but it ended up being the sort of thing where it's like almost like Drake made his own brand cornier by grabbing that shovel. Because he could have just, okay, I took that L, I fell all the way down, made a better man win, we battled, and that's just how the chips fell. But anyway, shout out to Kendrick Lamar, and make no mistake, man, I love Drake. I don't want to see him go away or anything like that. I'm tired of beating up on him, but like I said, he's beating up on himself, so it's just like, what are you gonna do? But
and Kendrick has remained completely silent.
yeah. So
He hasn't said anything.
exactly, exactly.